Well, hello everybody, and welcome. It's Pearl's Politics Night, and we're the only politics show where we actually have fun. Okay, so listen, sit back and relax, and we're gonna get started. Bringing in the heartbeat of the South, and he loves politics. My son, every beat of my heart, Tim Harrington. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Mom, how's everybody doing?
All right, we're hanging in. We're hanging in.
All right.
And we got that Ziggy, man. He got so tickled last week on politics. I never heard him laugh that much on the show. James Ziggy Ziegler. Hi, James.
Hey, James.
How's it going?
Good. How is the family?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're hanging in here. But, we don't go anywhere without this chick right here, Kathy C.C. Carlson. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
I'm a chick, yeah. How you doing?
Doing good. How's it going?
Good. You made me feel young with that chick comment.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, you do look like a young chick,
Oh, thank you. You do too.
Well, I'm just laid back tonight with my bad hair days, it's all week. But I just got some breaking news from the studio that y'all gonna love. And they sent me a message. It said that, let me read it because I just gotta read it to you. It's unbelievable. New streaming to Instagram is available for creators now. Learn how to connect. Learn how to connect your studio here.
Well, that's perfect.
That's gonna be awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you. Thank you, newsroom. All right, then. All right, so let's get back. Hey, Sandra, I see you there. Sandra was early bird. She's always wanting to come in early, first of all. Okay. Yeah. Kathy was saying hello. Everybody say hello, Sandra. I'm trying to get to my page here. I got to switch back to Facebook, to my profile, because I got to tell everybody. Y'all tell everybody we live now. That's what I always do. I usually have time to do it at the beginning of the show, but I gotta. Okay, let me get my sound off. Sound off. All right. So we got different topics that we're gonna talk about tonight, but Kathy's gonna get us started. So Kathy, go ahead and take us away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I saw that there was fentanyl. They ended up seizing $3.7 million worth that could kill an estimated 26.8 million people, which is huge. And I'm always wondering about that too, because I wonder how people try drugs that could be possibly laced and risk their lives in such a manner just to party. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but I'll go into details about it. The county sheriff's office in Iredell County, South Carolina, seized the drug last Sunday. And two of the men, this is alarming again because of the border situation, one was from Mexico and was from New Mexico. And that's where I currently live. And they were trying to reach a Pennsylvania destination for some reason. And so but it says that we need, and this is true, to secure our borders, because we've talked about that before, and
Yep.
provide the resources to stop these deadly narcotics from crossing the border, the southern border.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to tell you just how deadly this can be per kilogram. It's crazy, you know. In 2014, fentanyl was mixed with cocaine, along with cash in excess of, I think they said $100,000, but it was going for 30,000 per kilogram of
Ew.
fentanyl. One kilogram has the potential to kill 500,000 people. I mean, I didn't even know that. I knew it was crazy, that this drug could kill, but I didn't know that it could kill such a large amount of people. I mean, this is like critical.
Yeah.
Anyway, bail was set because we have to care for our children, grandchildren, and the populace, the
Yeah.
world. So bail was set for 3.5 million each on only two men arrested in South
Mhm.
Carolina. They were arrested in South Carolina, and fentanyl is killing in North Carolina, where my niece lives and where one of my friends live, and other Americans at an alarming rate. And the North Carolina medical examiner says there's a 658% increase in
Yeah.
fentanyl. 658% related overdose deaths in the state between 2016 and 2022. And that's only one state.
Right.
Okay, we're back. That was my fault. I apologize. That was my fault. I was trying to close a browser and hit the wrong tab. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but it didn't go. The show is still live. We didn't go away.
Yeah.
So do I have to start over from the
No, no,
beginning?
no. We heard you. I heard you.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
heard
okay.
everything.
yeah, it
Uh-huh.
was still
That's
live.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You I guess I comment on it. I think, and this is sad to say, but I think that our government is trying to use that as a form of population control. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I agree.
it's very diabolical.
it
However,
does sound diabolical, doesn't it?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right, Tim.
Well, look
It
at how much
really
money they'll be
does.
saving. They get rid
absolutely.
of all of us old folks with Social Security.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
No,
No, no,
all
no, it's
ages,
not the
but
old
it's
folk.
not the
not
old
really
folks.
These
old.
are young people.
And
Yeah,
the young people too.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't think there's that many old folks that do the fentanyl drug thing. The
You
young,
would hope not. You'd think they'd have smarts and hot too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but that is what's going to happen is it's going to create a couple of generational gaps. Um, but I
yeah.
do believe that they are using. There's no other reason to allow our borders to be flooded with something so deadly.
I have
Mm-hmm.
an
Mm-hmm.
alternative theory.
Okay.
I think they're deliberately, like Tim said, giving us the drugs so that they can work with big pharma to give us medicine to fix the problem that they create.
But it's
Mm.
just the thing with the fentanyl, you don't get too many chances, if any, to fix anything.
You're right, Tim.
Well, I got
Yeah,
that Narcan. That could be made by big pharma.
Hi,
right.
Jack. Hi,
Well,
Jack. Let me put Kathy up there. You can. I'll let you block my face.
right. But I watched a documentary on that, and what's happening was it was a shortage of Narcan because what the people that they were saving, they would have to turn around like in the next couple of days and try to revive them again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's being used at such an alarming rate.
And I
Um,
think, if I'm not mistaken, Tim, that comes from China, the Narcan.
okay, okay.
I could be wrong.
Y'all keep going. I'm answering Jack.
Okay.
Well, China does make a lot of pharmaceutical drugs. People can actually order them online,
That's
and
correct.
they don't need any restrictions or whatever. And it's really crazy that they even allowed that to happen and
Right.
allowed China to make money off Americans that way, even though the big pharma, are crazy with their prices and, the amount they charge us, making people who are ill with cancer and such not even be able to afford to live. But in that case, they should also control, drugs that come from China, I believe. You made a good
Well, you
point
know how
there.
many billions of dollars they make off of chemo?
Yeah, yeah, all those things, right. But getting back to the fentanyl thing, though, yeah, I mean, wasn't it in the 80s? They even handled corruption, dealing with government who purposely let the drugs come into the country to possibly hurt the minority neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what took them down for generations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 for sure.
So
But
yeah,
you
so,
know, it's hi Doug. Doug is here too. I
it
saw him
does.
somewhere. I think I was answering you, Jack, and it took up all the Doug said no profit in a cure. So
Mhm.
Jack, I put in about our guest tomorrow, okay? And so everybody can read that. But we're still gonna have a fun show tomorrow, so make sure you come back.
And don't forget our Christmas show in what, 2 weeks?
No, next Friday
In a
night.
week.
Next
Yeah,
Friday,
in a week.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
22nd,
But
right?
yeah,
Yeah, we hey, make sure you come because we're gonna be playing games, videos, music, singing, and you'll have a chance to win a gift too. And we're
right.
I'm giving gifts on next Friday
So
night.
you're Santa Claus.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Santa
Anyway,
Claus.
well,
Uh,
just real quick, getting back to the drug situation in China, you're taking your chances when you order drugs from China because they are mixing them with fentanyl and such ingredients. So just be careful because they're purposely diluting them and harming Americans. So we should watch out for all of that.
well,
Did you ever
that
watch on
was
Discovery, Kathy, the new show, South of the Border?
Uh-uh.
They
I
show
haven't.
all the drugs trying to come over the border
Oh, okay.
and how they're
Hmm.
yeah.
catching.
This is what they're saying that this is what the government says, and security, but we don't Homeland Security, but I don't know if it's true or not. It could just they say that Mexico is getting not New Mexico, but the cartel Mexico gets this fentanyl drug from China,
Yes.
and then they you know bring it over here across the border,
Oh, they
and
try
it
to sneak it in any way they can.
well of course
By mules, by trucks, by packages.
yeah, and air flyers and everything else.
Hmm.
But that's because they should have uh, they should have finished the wall that Donald was putting up.
Agreed.
Because every other country has a wall, and then we don't, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like we were talking about. If you go to another country, you got to apply for citizenship. You just can't come over here and just automatically be a citizen just because you have a child born. Well, I mean, your child can't be a citizen just because they are born in your country. They still have to apply for citizenship. And guess what? I did hear on the news recently, due to and this I don't know if this is good or bad, but due to the Israel Palestinian war conflict, where um, they don't know where the Palestinians are going to end up having to go. France, which is siding with the United States and sticking with
Yeah,
Israel, France
they're
and
our allies.
it was one other country are getting ready to change their immigration rules, and what they're changing it to is in order to even become a refugee. Now I don't know how this is going to work because it's stupid to me. In order to even to be let in the country, you're going to have to pass an English test, and as well as a history test. And you have to acknowledge that Israel has a right to, as a state or something. It's stupid. That's stupid. That's just asking too much. And you can see right now how they're trying to, before they even know what's going to happen, what the outcome is going to be, they're already trying to make this a systematic um, discriminatory policy for these countries. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it just and that just doesn't make any sense. But and the other
You know what?
thing,
It's not working because I met a gentleman the other day, an Afro-American who's from Haiti, and even he said, "I stand with Americans. We need Trump back in."
yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Haiti because here's why. Here's the ignorant, most stupidest ideology that the United States has held for what 50, 60 years, ever since 1947, when they did the November UN conference vote and gave Israel the right to be a state. Um, and during that vote, um, the U.S. voted for them, and UK, believe it or not, they abstained, and France voted for them. But the reason I pointed that out, the difference between the United States and UK abstaining in 1947, is because I'm going to bring it forward to 2023. Okay. But this ideology that Israel is the country that the stabilization country for the world is totally ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That is totally ridiculous. And they've got this kind of it's not religious but political belief that if Israel is destroyed, that the whole world will be destroyed. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not Israel, it's Haiti. Haiti is the birth country of the world. If Haiti is not held up strong, which it is falling and failing now, then that is the point of the beginning of the world itself. They said, and this is from studying what do you call it? Geology. I think that's what it's called. I read that many, many, many years ago. I think sometime when I was in college, and
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering about that. I was like, why Haiti? I think that's like almost the smallest country in the world. To me, I don't know that much about Haiti, but I do remember reading that. Now, fast forward to 2023, right now, with the Israeli um, Gaza war going on. Okay, and the UN vote for humanitarian aid and ceasefire, when they had it two times previously, because this is the fourth time, so three times previously, the United States backed Israel. So did the UK. Now, what I found so strange about that when I went back and read the history from when they did the first vote for Israel to become a state, the UK abstained. They had their own voice. They chose to abstain, but down through the decades, the UK has become a puppet of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point that I'm getting to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they definitely stand with us.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the United States is dumb. They're dumb. And I'm telling you why they're dumb. Because I've also studied British history and wars. British history and wars is that they will start out with you, but they will definitely pull out too. They're not going to stick with you to the end.
I went to see Roger
Yeah,
Waters twice.
Am I right, Kathy?
yeah, the same with France. France.
I know about
It's the same.
France. Yes, 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 yes. You
For
sure said
sure.
the same.
France
You
is more
sure,
like that than UK. So
you sure right about France. pull out on you before the UK will.
It will, for sure.
You
Watch
might
out. Hold
say
on to your beanie caps, whatever.
Oh, you're going to be the funny one today, huh?
Yeah, but she's right. She's absolutely right. If you study the wars of these countries, you'll understand it's exactly what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the United States really is the only country that will do a 20-year, 30-year war. The rest of them ain't fooling. And they was like, you got twisted, we gone. So,
Don't
you
add
know,
drama. Don't add drama. Any drama, forget it. We're out of here.
That's why I say the United States is so dumb. I mean, all of the administrations for thinking that the
Seriously.
UK is their biggest ally. No, they're not. And I love the UK. Don't get me wrong. I love the UK. I respect every country. I do. But it's not anything that's wrong with the countries. Let me clarify that. It's the leaderships and
Absolutely.
administrations and the governments of these countries that make them corrupt and make them get a bad reputation and make people turn against them and make other countries turn against them. Because right now, in the last 48 hours, y'all, the day before yesterday, the UN got their resolution through. Finally, there were only 10 countries that voted against the ceasefire. And you know that one of them was the United States. You know that one of them was UK. You know that one of them was France. You know, one of them was Germany. And the other one, the other big five, one, Canada. Can you imagine?
There is corrupted, I think it's the United States.
I could tell you one of the reasons why this happens in France, because my brother lives there. You know, as soon as anybody starts like doing political rallies or anything, they're afraid, you know, they're going to set all the hay on fire or whatever, because that's what they do. They're only with us up until the time
we're gonna have a bonfire.
Totally
they call them bonfires over there. BON.
Yeah, exactly.
Like bon voyage, you know, bonfire.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what they're worried about. I don't blame them in a way.
It's so funny, yeah. But yeah, these countries, you know, these governments, I don't understand it now. We're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back. And Kathy, if you have anything else to bring up, James, if you have anything to bring up, let you guys take the stage, and then I'll come in after you guys. Okay?
Let Kathy go first, and then I got a joke to tell you.
All right, great. Okay. Sounds good. All right, y'all stay tuned. And we'll be back. All right. love that jam. I love that jam right there. One of these days, I am going to mix. I'm going to write some words to that
Mm.
track.
I can't stop tapping my fingers over it.
Right. I'm going to write some words to that track, and I'm going to
Good.
mix it, and I'm going to sing.
Mm.
Good.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it about Omaha steaks or not. I might,
Mm.
but but since that is the one that goes with Omaha steaks,
Hey, as
I don't
long as
know.
you get free steaks, it doesn't matter.
I don't get free steaks.
If you write something, maybe they will.
No,
Mm.
they might. That's a great idea, James. Kathy,
Yes.
it's on
Yeah.
you, girl.
Oh, okay. Well, Twitter said just a one-liner, but it got enough to make us help make us think about this. Former President Trump says that if he's not elected again, there will be a depression comparable to 1929. He says. He's paying attention because he knows what he's talking about. He used
Uh
to be
huh.
president.
I
So,
agree. I
I
agree.
agree too.
I totally agree. And you know what? Half of the Democrats agree. They don't really want Trump, but they're going through so much now with Tricky Toed Joe. I'll say that
yeah.
again, Tricky Toed Joe, that they just don't know where to turn to. And so, everybody is, if they weren't going to vote, if they weren't going to vote, I think everybody that didn't vote last time will probably vote this year round
Mm-hmm.
because Biden and Blinken is taking us into an international war. And newsflash, something I researched today. If you'll notice, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the news or not, but for the starting, I think she started last weekend. The vice president, Kamala Harris, began talking about, not saying ceasefire now, but talking about the people, the Palestinian people, just need more humanitarian aid. So I researched, and then she came out again yesterday with this, so they kind of like trying to take the spotlight off Biden
Yeah.
and trying to put some of it on her. And so I said, let me research something because I've seen her husband, and he's not African American. I don't know what mix he is, but he's not African American. And I don't think she's not full African American either. I think she's like Puerto Rican or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think Cuban. She's got some Cuban.
yeah. She's maybe African American and Cuban or something, but she's mixed. So
Mhm.
I researched this and I found out that her husband is Jewish. Uh
Mm.
yeah. Uh
Wow.
Imagine that.
Wow, you got a line on that. You really got a line on that, Emily. Good for you. I mean, it's
You see what
important
I'm
because
saying? So you
I'm
got
doing it
Biden.
now.
You got Biden that
Yes.
had 3 Jewish in-laws, and now and Kamala Harris got a Jewish husband.
Mhm.
So you got a whole family that's
So,
in power that's tied to the
so
Jews.
right. So, how does that work with her and her husband? Did she have to convert?
Well, I didn't research that. I don't know.
I know. It's just off the top of my head.
Now,
Most
what
of the time,
Jared
it's
did,
that
Ilana
way.
Trump did. Ilana
Most of the
Trump did when
What did
she
you say,
married
Kathy?
almost
Ilana
all the
Trump,
yeah,
Trump's
almost all
daughter.
of them do have to.
Oh,
They all
really?
have to
I
practically.
think you're
Yeah.
right, Kath. I think you're right. I think they
Yeah.
cannot be married to anyone that
No.
is not in their
I think
religion.
that's why Ivanka had to.
Yeah.
I
So,
think you
Kamala Harris is Jewish?
she must be because she sure married a Jew. She
Wow.
must have converted. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. It's hard to find that kind of information because
Screw up.
when they these politicians are in
Screw up.
such high positions, they
Screw
hide
up. Yeah.
They make
They
sure that
bury it.
they make sure that their religious information
Affiliation.
stays blacked out, blacked
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
But I did find that. I did
Yeah.
find that. And so now we can understand why they was just straight out the bat giving a green light for Netanyahu to just do what he wanted to do.
Right.
Because see what they thought was is that they could rein him in whenever they wanted to. Guess what Netanyahu said on yesterday? Or what's the date? No, this morning. Guess what he said? Because I heard him talking. I saw this with my own eyes. I'm not talking about something I heard somebody say. He said, Netanyahu said, the war will continue whether he has international support or not. What is that telling Biden? What is that telling? That's like a fart in your face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flipping them the bird.
Not too sublime.
Yeah.
So
And
check this out.
I think
This-
John
Go ahead.
Herbie the love bug.
No, guess who Biden sent over today? He arrived in Asia this morning. God, what is his name? Sullivan. Jake Sullivan. He sent Jake Sullivan over there. And so in other words, Jake Sullivan's supposed to be the big gun. Because Blinken wasn't getting nowhere. So he's supposed to be somewhere with Netanyahu in his mad Hitler war cabinet, right? So he's all this stuff sending Jake Sullivan over there, and I saw him today too. Now, one thing, the difference between Jake Sullivan and Anthony Blinken that I saw was this: Jake Sullivan was not smiling at all, and not in Netanyahu's face when they met on stage and shook hands. Not one smile. And Netanyahu was trying to look him, sounding crazy, so with his trying to kind of crooked halfway smile, but he like shaking like really. Well, I don't know what they sent you over here for. That because you kind of read his face and saying that. See that while he was shaking his hand, and but Jake Sullivan was like a stone. He was there.
That
And
might
then,
not be.
so guess what? Guess what? Jake Sullivan's heritage is. Can anybody guess?
Jewish?
Come on, guess, y'all. Guess. Okay,
Jewish.
Kathy said Jewish. James said Jewish. Tell what you
I
say.
just said it because Kathy said it.
Okay,
Yeah,
tell what you say.
I don't know.
I didn't have an idea.
The second wild guess.
Palestinian, I don't know.
Oh, you know he's not Palestinian. No.
I don't know.
Irish.
Oh, fighting Irish. Okay.
His family has an Irish history and you know how hard the Irish fought for their culture. So this means that Jake Sullivan has strong belief in culture and preserving culture.
Yeah.
And that's how the Palestinians are trying to do. They're trying to be free and have their own culture.
But Netanyahu sounds like he's talking about fighting to the death.
Netanyahu ain't gonna pay nobody no attention because he gone mad.
Right.
He's an old man. He don't care. He's old.
Exactly. So it's just like a dog with rabies. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what he is. He like, y'all remember that movie about that dog? What was the name of that dog movie?
Cujo.
Cujo. That's it.
Yeah.
Netanyahu was Cujo, man.
I watched that a couple months ago too again.
Cujo. Yeah, Cujo wasn't nothing to be played with.
Could nobody control Cujo, so that's what Netanyahu is. And his war cabinet, that man, his second in command, Gallant, Gallant. They done threw Lerner away. I guess he's still on war cabinet, but I guess they call him too weak. But they don't let him be on TV no more. But Gallant, and it's and Ned Dahlia now are doing all the talking. So here's the result of the meeting with Sullivan today. Guess what? Ned Dahlia told Sullivan. Anybody?
I don't know. He gave him the bird,
Zero.
What's the bird? What's the bird?
the finger.
Now
He
you
gave him
know.
some. He gave him some blood sausage.
Zero.
Now you know. Really, I mean, on an international professional basis, you know, but behind closed doors, they can't. In public, they can't do it. I don't know what they did, but I'm just saying the results that they published that came out of the meeting was this. Natalia told Sullivan that it's going to take him at least 2 more months to clear out Hamas. Because the word was last week was that the White House and its administration, I guess that includes Tripito Joe, that was giving him until the end, December 31st, the end of the year,
Yeah.
to meet his goal and end the war. So I guess that's why he sent Sullivan, you know, to try to see if Sullivan could help him to convince him, rather,
To meet the
to,
deadline.
to meet that deadline. You see what I'm saying?
Well, once Joe's gone, he can take Kirby the Love Bug with him too.
Kirby done stepped out. Now Kirby stays in the States. Kirby had never been over there. He had not gone over there one time. And do you
No, I mean he
remember?
could take him out the door with him.
Oh yeah, they all go. You know, when your staff, when you if another party comes in,
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a Democratic administration. So if a Republican administration comes in, all of them gone.
Yeah.
But now
That's what I
if
call
another
him, Kirby the Love Bug.
but if another Democratic administration comes in, it's a possibility that that president could choose to keep some of them and let some go. It doesn't matter.
He ain't gonna keep him.
Well, I know Trump not gonna keep on of them. I'll be out the door. Some Republicans too.
A lot of them Democrats gonna be ready to go.
They sure are, Tim. They gonna be ready to go. A lot of them ain't nobody gonna stick around. Democrats gonna run them down.
Yeah.
And but it was something else on my mind that I was gonna end with. And it was I don't know, but go ahead and tell your joke, James, and maybe I could think of it.
All right, this one's for you, Emily.
Is it?
I hope I do it right. For the life of me, I was wondering where Taylor Swift and all these other teeny bopper groups came into the political discussion because they're always, talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe finally answered the question the other day where they come in.
Okay.
Joe thought Taylor Swift was his tailor that did it swiftly.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift thought it fixed his clothes swiftly.
It's in the name.
What was that now?
He thought Taylor Swift was the girl that fixed his clothes quick.
Oh my God! Really?
Oh, okay.
I finally did it right.
Okay, thank you.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
I really like her. If she should run for president.
Yeah, she just donated $1 million to.
She's a billionaire.
Yeah, she just donated $1 million to the state of Tennessee because in Eastern Tennessee we had the tornado come through. We lost 6 people in Tennessee. A lot of them were injured and what have you. So, but we had the tornado come through the eastern part of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So she donated some money. I think it was $1 million.
Yeah,
I think it was $1 million. Yeah, she's really
she's
good.
The biggest out there. There's nobody that's bigger than her.
I know, right? And but to answer your question about when these young people got into the politics, really, was when Trump was campaigning.
Yeah,
That's when they began to come in.
Mm-hmm.
it is.
And he has one of the largest um, young people on his campaign,
Yeah.
or Trumpers, than
It,
any other president except since Obama. Since
yeah,
Obama.
I was just gonna say Obama would like to take credit for the young people, but
I mean, yeah, he did have him when he was
yeah,
campaigning and when he was running, but then nobody since then,
right.
and so now Trump,
Yeah,
and
Well, before Taylor Swift, it was Britney Spears.
yeah, Britney Spears.
yeah,
Yeah, well, Britney had a lot of problems with dope and
yeah, yeah. She
Mm-hmm.
has
mental
a whole lot of
issues
problems.
and what
But
have
they
you.
were all involved in a political thing.
Yeah, and Paris too. Paris just had a
Mm-hmm.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's got a show that's flopping right now.
yeah, yeah.
And Kelly Clarkson too.
Yeah,
Who? Dolly? Who?
Kelly.
Kelly
Kelly.
Clarkson.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, Kelly had a lot of low confidence interest because of her weight and size.
Mm-hmm.
She's been blowing up and down. But have y'all seen Oprah?
Yeah, I saw
Oprah,
it
I
Oprah,
today.
have.
Yeah,
she lost all that weight,
she's finally got weight control now.
and then she's still with Stefan.
Yes.
I've
I don't
never
like
been
the
able.
one.
I've never been able to figure out their relationship because I thought that her and Gail were dating.
No. Well, it was
Who
rumored.
knows? That could be behind
It was it was rumored,
say no to nothing,
but
really. Don't say no
I
to
don't
um,
like
nothing.
women, so I keep my mouth shut.
it,
Really?
well,
Yeah, because go ahead,
it
Tim.
was a time that her and Stefan were on the same property, but they weren't in the same house. He stayed in a totally separate house from her on the property.
Well, I'm gonna go way back when Oprah first began to get really mainstream and popular.
Yeah,
The story was, and I read this like in the Ebony magazine.
yeah.
The story is that she had asked Stefan to marry her,
He
and he
refused.
was not going to marry her. He told her he wasn't going to marry her.
Yeah.
And then later it rumored that her and Gail were partners
Yes.
for years. And in fact, Oprah was the one that financed Gail. She's the
Good
main
morning,
anchor.
America. Uh-huh.
On Good Morning America. First, she gave her own show, which didn't succeed, and then
Right.
she pushed her on until she got her in that anchor seat on CBS.
And now
And
she's got her own channels.
yeah, not only that, Oprah bought houses for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and that was her friends. I mean, she financed everybody. She takes care of Stefan. She takes care of Gail.
I
And
believe she's a
that's
good-hearted woman. I just don't like her politics.
well, yeah,
Well,
she
if
definitely
you look
Democrat.
behind the woman, is some controversy there.
Well, she
Well,
definitely Democrat though.
definitely there's controversy about
Yeah,
Hawaii, and how
definitely.
she was looking
And
teaming up
that's
with
just a scratch of the surface.
another
Mm-hmm.
celebrity to get money for
Well,
her
do
They
you
always,
celebrity.
do you
Then
all know?
she owns the whole island.
Do
Yeah.
you all know that she was on Jeffrey Epstein's uh, property? She was on that manifesto.
and that's why
No.
she's trying to hide it.
Yes.
What's Jeffrey Epstein? Tell me about that. What?
Jeffrey Epstein was the one that said that
The billionaire.
children were being the M word on his island. He was the guy that got
Arrested.
arrested, and they found him dead in his cell on
What
a
was he
live.
doing? Running human trafficking. What was he doing?
Yeah,
He had a man.
underage children.
He had
Yes,
a man.
Human trafficking and
Black
pedophilia.
yes.
One like.
And why was Oprah on his list?
So
Because
was Clinton.
it was a whole list of a whole lot of high-profile people that took trips to his island. He had his own
Oh,
island,
Bill Gates too.
and they were known to be frequent visitors of his island, and that was the only thing that took place on that island.
Why do you think they hid it all?
Yeah,
Because Trump said, if I become president, I'm bringing half of DC down with me. And that's what he meant.
Oh, okay. Y'all told me some news. Now the thing, now it's weird for me
Yeah.
because I'm in the entertainment business, but I do not read entertainment news.
Yeah, everything is on the YouTube. YouTube is where it's at for the real info.
Yeah, that's why I watch all my politics. On
You
YouTube.
do your research on Epstein, you'll see.
Now I remember the trial, and I remember something else about his name. But at that particular time, I think Trump was going on trying to get in the White House, and
Yeah.
and then he was seeing or something, and I was more into politics and didn't have time for these other folk that was so unimportant to me, at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyhow, what's going on with Trump? The Supreme Court was supposed to. I've been so busy, I hadn't had a chance to sit out. The new Supreme Court was supposed to had made a ruling on his something to do with his election. Did y'all read that, Frank? I mean, not James. I mean,
I, hey, Emily, the name's up in the top.
Yeah, I think
I,
well, I know the judge put a pause on former President Trump's some of
Oh,
his
he
they
did?
issues.
they
Yeah, they put it
paused it. They haven't gave a ruling yet. Then, right?
And I think they
right.
lifted the gag order too, unless they put it back on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, it
Well,
ain't rocket science to predict that. It's gonna go in Trump's favor.
yeah. I
I'll be
mean,
the first to
after
call it.
this,
It's going to
yeah.
be March 4th, I think they said.
But do y'all think the war, Israel Gaza war, going to still be going on, or will we be in an international war by that time?
I think Gaza will still be going on.
I don't think we'll be in an international war.
You don't, huh? Why?
I hope not.
You saying by March?
March 4th, they said Trump's trial is.
I don't think we'll be there yet.
No, I was talking about by election, really, by
But
November.
see, the thing is, they create wars to distract from issues. So
Right.
they'll
Mm-hmm.
create wars just to do that. So
I'm
you
gonna tell you
can't.
why I think we're going to be in one. Because right now, Hezbollah, which covers Lebanon borders the northern part of Israel. Hezbollah is an Iran-backed military army, right?
Mm-hmm.
They control the border between Lebanon and northern Israel. So for the past 2 weeks, well, ever since October 7th, actually, they've been had some minor exchanges of shelling and bombing and drones. But for the last week, ever since after the ceasefire, it's been heavy. Israeli troops have lost a great number of soldiers right there. The IDF is what they call it, Israeli soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 10 today from Hezbollah attacks, and they and because and so it's gotten really intense on that border. They're
Yeah.
keeping them busy on that front. So now, right now, Israel is fighting two fronts. And guess what Netanyahu said? But see, he the one started. He's always starting stuff he can't finish. See, last week he threatened Hezbollah. He said that he will turn Beirut into Gaza if they didn't stop returning fire on them. Now how you gonna tell somebody there across the border and you firing over there on them? You gonna tell them if I hit you, don't hit me back?
Mm-hmm.
So he made the threat that he gonna make Beirut look like Gaza, and so that made Hezbollah mad. They intensified their after that after he made that commitment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really intense. And guess what? That's how you made a statement for this morning. He is appealing to the international diplomacy to warn Hezbollah not to fire over there on them across the border. Do not get involved. How you gonna ask for international diplomacy when you got 153 countries against you?
Hmm.
Because when they passed the UN vote, it was 153 countries that agreed for a ceasefire, immediate ceasefire, and humanitarian aid. Right now, that's what they want. Only 10 countries voted against, and I think a few abstained. But that's the largest number they've had after these 4 times of them, the
Wow.
UN. But guess
You know
what? What difference
what?
does it make? I'm
Hmm.
gonna let you talk, Kathy. Just let me say this.
Okay.
Even though the UN passed this resolution by the majority of 153 votes, guess what, y'all? It's it has no power. They said that it's not binding, and so I'm like, remember my very initial complaint was, why did they not have in this whole world? Why did they not have some kind of rules and regulation in place in case somebody went mad again like Hitler? You would think they would learn. They have no rules in place except for all of these steps you got to go through. They've been going through steps ever since the second week of the war. And this is the 68th. That was what I wanted to say. This is the 68th day of the war. Nothing is bounded to stop Netanyahu yet. This last vote, the United Nations Council vote, that's what that was, is non-binding. Okay, so now they're going to take it to the Security Council. Guess what? It's unbinding too. All it does is give a political message to
Mhm.
Netanyahu. Okay, Kathy, back to you.
Yeah, I think you might have been referring to that they have put a hold on the war budget for Ukraine as well this week. Did you read that?
Yeah, they did. And Ukraine, Zelensky was at the White House this week, Monday. He got there, met with President Biden, and he was upset because they're only giving him 200 million.
What
And
was that at?
yeah, and see the whole budget, the whole defense budget is tied up because Republicans got it tied up in Congress. Because remember, I told you, they said they're not voting on it until they put some immigration money
Mhm.
in there for the border. And so, therefore, but in that budget, Zelensky, Ukraine was supposed to get 60 billion, and so he's upset because 200 million is just a drop in the bucket compared to the 60 million that he was doing. So,
Shoot,
to,
any of us will take it any time and be happy.
well, yeah, but we're not in war. War is costly. By the
True.
way, it's costing Israel $125 million a day for the war. That's how much they're spending. Okay, and uh, Zelensky, Ukraine, unfortunately now is losing the war to Russia, and so I mean, it's clear Ukraine is not going to win.
Well,
So now the politicians are asking, well, what's going to happen to Ukraine? Well, they saying that Russia's just going to simply take back the part that they were fighting for in the first place, that
well,
was originally Russia.
well, it wasn't rocket science that who was gonna win that anyway. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Russia started off losing though, so everybody
Yeah,
started looking.
but Russia is more powerful than they were. We all knew that. We knew that. Yeah.
Oh, but I also heard Vladimir Putin talk today too. He said that what is happening in Gaza is a catastrophe. He said, now you just compare that humanitarian, the damage of the loss of life that in Ukraine, compare that to Gaza. And he say, and we have been in the war for over a year and a half, and there were only 10,000 civilians killed. He said, but uh, Israel has started this war and has killed almost 20,000 people and have injured over 50,000 people. He said there is no comparison. This is a catastrophe. So Russia
Well,
is against Israel too.
yeah, I think with the Netanyahu, I think they're going to end up probably having sending somebody in to cut the head off of that snake.
How they gonna do that to him?
Well, I mean, you
An
They are,
inside,
that's
they,
what
inside
your
job. They do inside jobs all the time.
yeah, that's what your special forces is
but they
because these
all but
guys.
they all seem to be scared of snakes.
No, 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 no. The order just haven't been given. Um, they want to make that a last alternative, and I think before it goes to too much out of control, they'll do that first.
I don't know, Tim, because
Yeah,
here's the deal. They tried to assassinate Hitler 3 times, and every time he came out of it.
right. But
Well, look at what happened to Osama bin Laden and the others. He was hiding in a
if
hole. They
right,
found it.
so if I got 153
But that
countries,
was when they was losing war. They didn't get Osama bin Laden until he had lost the war.
right. But here's the
It's
thing:
shame. You know.
if I got 153 countries that are against me, I
Mhm.
don't know how many or who are going to send special forces. So therefore, it won't be known who is doing the attack.
Well,
I believe it's gonna be Vladimir because he had. Remember, I told you he had a special conversation, private conversation, got his people out from Hamas. And so, let me tell you what Natalia. Let me tell you what Natalia said about Russia. He got upset with Russia. He said he thought that it was ridiculous and hypocritical for Russia to take a side with to vote against them, uh, and side with Hamas, who are terrorists, and Israel are not is not terrorists.
Mm,
So he done made Vladimir mad by making
mm,
that statement. He said that day before yesterday, Netanyahu. He just making everybody mad. You see what I'm saying? He
yeah,
bringing stuff on himself with his stupid self. God, he makes me
yeah.
mad.
He's
They
going to have
end up dealing with it. Yeah, because if you can't, if you can't control or you can't reason with them, you leave no alternative.
He's behind. He's beyond reasoning
Yeah,
with
so
anybody.
he leaves no alternative. It's just a matter of time.
Well,
yeah, I think so.
I wish they hurry up because it's been too much bloodshed,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
these
But we're talking
people.
about 68 days. They had to exhaust all other efforts first before they uh take it to the point of no return.
Well, they better be glad I'm not president because it would have already been a part of no return.
Yeah.
Emily would have said drinks for everybody.
Mm.
And we be dancing, ha na na
Yeah,
na
no, 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 no,
No,
Yeah.
we'd be dancing. The gang's all here.
yeah, the
Mm.
That's
gang's
true.
all here. Was right because
Isn't that?
I would have nipped as I would have did like Barney Fife, man. I would have nipped it in the bud.
Yeah, they gotta exhaust everything first, though.
All right, well we'll keep watching.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Kathy, closing remarks.
Well, I'm glad to hear that the military are getting a raise. This is the first time in a long time, and I hope that
Yes.
gets approved.
It got approved,
Did
838
it? All right.
billion. Yes.
Well, bravo.
That
Good.
got approved today. They just wait. Well, it's approved. They're waiting on Biden to sign it, but
Yeah,
he's so,
that's what I'm
but he,
saying. I hope Biden.
but he's so mad right now because the Congress won't sign his bill that he might not sign that.
I was thinking about that. That would be not
You
very.
know what I'm saying?
Not
Yeah.
patriotic at all, huh?
No.
Uh-huh.
That's because he stole and get his pants sewed
Yeah. So closing
by
remark.
Taylor Swift.
Closing remark, James, since you're already talking.
I'd like to all of us to give a shout out to the Republicans for getting together and finally getting something done. in the House.
Okay, all right. The round of applause for Republicans. Oh, that's a slow round of applause, one.
I mean,
Okay.
we're going for our indictment. So
All right, Tim, closing remark.
Well, oops, we did it again. Another great show.
Yeah, all right,
Can't
like
wait till
that.
the next one.
I like that. All right, great. All right, y'all. I'm closing with my final thought. As always, listen. Free thought is free thought is like me calling James Frank. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy. You have a right to think whatever you want to think, and that's what we do. And that's we just express our thoughts. Actually, TikTok had took down one of my posts that I had made about the war, Israel war in Gaza, and I challenged that. And I told them that I was just free thought. That's what I actually told them. I said free thought is a philosophy. It's not a policy. And I was simply expressing what I thought in words, my very own words. And they sent me a message, administration message that said they apologized and put my post. My post was back active
Hey,
again.
worth fighting for.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to stand up and fight.
Woo!
Especially
You know
when
what
you know
happened
you're
to
right.
me today? They said something happened. I wasn't going to be able to view anything, and I just ignored the okay, and they just kept letting me go.
The view.
You have to approve okay that you understood that they thought you were unauthorized, and I wasn't doing anything unauthorized, not even close. So I just kept ignoring the okay.
Well, every time they send me a message, I don't care what platform it is, I challenge it.
Yeah,
I
Because
do too, but I lose.
well, you have to know how to word it. See, I didn't go to law school for 2 years and dropped out, and then went 2 years to be a paralegal, and got my certification in paralegal law for nothing. I did it for my own self because you got to know your rights. Especially I don't challenge anything when I'm wrong because I get wrong just like anybody else. But when I know I'm
nobody's
right.
perfect.
But when I don't right, hey, I'm taking you on. My son can tell you that.
One person perfect. He's upstairs.
Just don't hit okay next time it happens to you on Facebook and see if you can keep running with it. Because I just kept ignoring it, Xing out, and they couldn't get me, man.
Oh well, Kathy, you're Kathy quick like that. She's Speedy Gonzalez. They can't catch her with
Don't
her.
wait till they get me.
No stopping Kathy. All right. That's our show for tonight, y'all. Look, we'll see y'all tomorrow night. We're gonna have another fun show. Y'all tune in, all right?
All right.
Love
Good
y'all.
night.
Night
My
night.
family.
Good night.